are you feeling after last weekend's 1-0 hard-fought win against X Series?
Well, you know as it goes. It was a hard-fought game. We couldn't do any more than we had in front of us. They were a really good team. Their position in the league belies them. It doesn't tell the full story. We played an experimental formation. That Ryan Larner, he went a bit wandering. Don't know what happened there. Trying him out at centre back, but he seems to think that right wing forward's his position. I can't really argue with him because if you met the guy, he's a bit mental. You try and tell him otherwise. Doesn't really work. Matt Dinsmore played at the back. Yeah, we don't like talking about where he likes to play because he has a different opinion about his tactical ability.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Well, obviously Matt Dinsmore seems to think that playing at centre back because he's a bit hungover. He's a bit I can't really comment further on that. Matt Dinsmore just likes to think he's the boss, but sometimes firm hand is needed, taking that point away from him. You know.
We're led to believe that yourself and Matthew Dinsmore have had a falling out since that game. Are these rumours true?
I can't quite comment on these rumours, other than that I think Matthew Dinsmore is a bit of a cunt. He's quite a lot of a cunt, and he's just a cunt, really. He come to me after the game and questioned my tactical abilities as a manager and why I thought that playing Ryan Larner at right wing forward was a good idea. I told him that I have no control over that player, and asked him to question him himself. Matthew Dinsmore has since ran away with his towel and not been seen at the Bristol Pair since. You know how it happens. Ryan Larner gets on the case, and you know what a cunt that bastard is.
It's quite interesting. Have you spoken to Matthew Dinsmore since?
Like I say, I haven't actually spoken to Matthew Dinsmore since because we've not seen him. There's been an open invitation to him on several occasions this week, but he seems to have forgotten that as captain of team outings that he seems to be going missing, much like his positional awareness was on Sunday. You know, what can we do?
As we can see from Sunday's game, it was an experimental lineup that you played with, including one new trial player. How are contract negotiations going with him?
This new player, Blaine O'Reilly, we've had him in the team before. Got him in a trial again, just to see how it goes. And as it happens, he scored the winning goal on Sunday. There's a contract offer on the table for him. I say on the table, we're still drawing it up. I can't really go into too many more details other than that, because I don't want other teams poaching him again. Just like last time, he seemed to go back to a team called Sporting Random.
It's quite interesting. Quite interesting you say that, because this is the second time we've had this player on trial. How is he going to progress this time?
Well, this is the second time we've had him on trial, and like I've just pointed out to yourself, Martin, that this is the second time we've had him on trial because the first time he was poached by another team, a Sporting Random or Random Sporting, I don't know, some little no name team that no one really cared about, and they seem to hit the wall pretty quickly. So there will be a contract offer made to him, but whether it remains to be seen if he's going to take it this time.
Any thoughts ahead of tomorrow's game?
I can't really make any thoughts going into tomorrow's game as yet because I don't know which players I will and will not have available to me. But as it stands, Ryan Larner is keen to retain his place in the team regardless of his absence on Sunday, as we shall call it, because he didn't certainly wasn't playing at centre half. But you can't drop the captain from your team. He's a captain. He should always be there. Other than if Matt Dinsmore decides he wants to play at centre half again, then we'll just be having serious words with that cunt this time.
Ed Thompson has settled into the team?
Ed's been a great addition to the squad. Not much more that I can say to that, because last weekend was his birthday and it was a bit of a big one for him. So he come in and he done his job that was asked of him, and obviously looking at it, we kept a clean sheet, so he can't have been doing too badly.
Do you still feel you're missing Jason Dinsmore?
No, not at all. Jason Dinsmore, who is he? We're second in the league. And is he here to help us? Of course not. He never was. If we'd have played without him last season, we might have actually got promoted. But as you know, he decided to piss off. So fuck him. If he don't want to help us at all, no, not interested. Forget the name Jason Dinsmore. Don't exist in my stratosphere anymore.
Going back to the subject of Matt Dinsmore, rumours are led to believe that he was a semi-professional footballer once. Is this true?
Well, yeah. As far as I'm aware, I don't. It's something he doesn't really like talking about much. I mean, he only mentions Worcester at least 3 times a week, Redditch every now and again. But I can't even say Redditch United without laughing. But it's only meant to believe. He mentions this one time where he was playing for Worcester, and he come up against ex Villa player Alan Wright, I think it was. Yeah, that's right. Alan Wright at left back, who used to play for Villa. Alan Wright's only 4'11". Matt Dinsmore, all 5'3" of him. You'd always think that maybe he'd win a header against him. Matt always claims that he was fouled. Now, you can find anywhere on this picture for me where Matt Dinsmore is being fouled by Alan Wright, please just let me know, because I can't see it myself. I mean, blatantly, Alan Wright has got a good leap on him. Matt Dinsmore, on the other hand, not quite. He's fairly planted to the floor. I can't argue with that. There's picture evidence there. Matt Dinsmore didn't get fouled by Alan Wright. What can I say? You tell me.
Finally, if you could steal a smooch from any woman in Hollywood, who would it be?
No further questions.